It's amazing. He's really growing fast. Thank you everyone out there who's sharing the shorts. We've got a beautiful episode, or rather clip with my son, Baruch Yitzhak ben Masha, Baruch Yitzhak ben Eliezer Cohen. He was home, and we're both sharing this Just One Chesed merch because he lives there, and I'm an admirer and a fan. And I'm a fan of yours. We must forget this beautiful base midrash. Yes, Zereshim Shalom. Thank you so much. We gave a shout out in description, and we always put the link and everything else below. Check it out. All the different collaborators over here. Before we get into that, I'm going to make a quick bracha. Yeah. And after the bracha, I want to explain that short really quickly because a couple of people were a little bit confused as to what it was. Okay, please do. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyah bidvaro. Amen. And everyone should, who needs a refuah, should have a refuah mashmatzchai and Hanani bat Simcha and bat Tzvida. Everyone should have a refuah. Yeshua, Levi ben Liba, Menachem ben Tamara, Akiva Meir ben Malka Yudmila. Yes. They should all have a refuah. So I wanted to explain that short really quick, which, by the way, thank you guys so much. It's really, I'm floored at the amount of people that are actually viewing it. I know it's not crazy, it's 4,300, but to me that's insanity. For a new channel, it's great. So Baruch Hashem, Baruch Yitzhak, like Eli was saying, came back from Khan Yunis. He had 48 hours. Second time since the beginning of War Simchas Torah. Think of that, 4 months plus. 48 hours, that's it. And he has to choose what to do at that time. And he requested to go see the Talmud Rebbe. So he requested, not he requested to go see the Talmud Rebbe. Use his time for. Eli went to go see him. Eli made it happen. So Eli asked if I can join and get a bracha from the Rebbe, and he said yes. So we drove. We spoke to him for about 5-7 minutes, and then I looked at Baruch Yitzhak, and he looked like he saw a ghost. I was like, Baruch Yitzhak, what's going on? He's a chassid from the Makor. And he said, I just look at him, and he's got so much Torah, and he's so special, and he's so holy, and I haven't learned Torah in 4.5 months, and I haven't kept Shabbat in 4.5 months, and that's what that video is about. It was me telling him that he's an absolute lunatic for speaking like that, and the work that he's doing, eradicating the evil in this world, is greater Torah than anybody could do. That's sitting down and learning for 24 hours a day. Mamash told the story of Chacham Ovadia, how every time he used to be driven in his car with his light on, and they get to a checkpoint. By the way, the link's in the description as well. You can click the shorts. And yes, you can see it in real time. You pinned it. With awesome. My holy son. Yes, Baruch Yitzhak, Ben Eliezer, and Masha. Okay. Anyway, so I told him about how Chacham Ovadia used to roll down his window, look at him, and say, "Thank you so much. Really appreciate it." And Chacham Ovadia's time is greater than anybody else's. I also told the story, which kind of got cut out in the video, about how I get mixed. People tell me it was different people. Some people say it was Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Some people tell me it was Lubavitcher Rebbe. Regardless, both giants in Torah. Somebody asked them, I want to go to Kivrei Tzadikim in Eretz Yisrael. Where should I go? And they both said, go to Har Herzl, because that's the greatest tzaddikim that you can go to. So that's what that short was. But we want to hear from you. We want to hear what Chasadim you're doing. We share online a revolution now. This is revolution time, baby. This is no more time to be passive or. We just had a beautiful share from Shlomo Katz. It's about participation. We know this from the Lubavitcher Rebbe. We know this from Tzadikim. It's active participation. Everyone listening and tuning in needs to be active and roll and comment and share and get your own videos out there. We're just Yosef spreading light. A month or so, and we're spreading light. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I'm actually Bezat Hashem next week on Wednesday. I'm flying into America. Thank you so much to Malka, Lyudmila, All About Kindness, arranging a whole bunch of things, places for me to speak, in order to raise awareness about Just One Chesed, about Meals for Heroes, about All About Kindness, all the collaborations that Just One Chesed and All About Kindness has done together. I have parlor meetings set up. I have meetings with donors set up. Baruch Hashem, thank you so much to the Samuels and Kenningsberg's family in Hollywood, Florida, that are going to be hosting a parlor meeting there as well. Stacy Levine Goldberg, who's going to be hosting a parlor meeting. Thank you all so much, Mamash. It's so critical and so important for us to just spread the light. Yeah, and maximize our time, maximize our chesed, our kindness. This is the moment. Historically,
But as I said to my son, I saw the footage from Can Yunis. I mean, not all of it. He's gone back with, thank God, a sponsored GoPro, even actually got higher level than a GoPro. It's such a good quality thing. And he's going to come back. He already came out with 60 gigabyte and come out with 120 gigabyte of what is really happening over there in the real time. And it's amazing what I've seen. It's unbelievable. It's holy avoda, it's holy work. And these are Malach Hasharis that Yosef and Just One Chesed are totally dedicated to helping and feeding and giving the equipment and everything else.
So the crazy thing is,
yeah,
we've provided over 20,000 meals just over the last 4.5 months.
Wow, that's
20,000 meals. It's insanity.
Amazing.
That's in addition to all the gear, the winter gear, the vests, the helmets that we provided to rapid response teams.
You gave one of these to my son. You gave a schug from your wife. She just came out from America and she had time to make a schug that my son could enjoy.
She made time because she knew how important it was for your son.
And he really appreciated it. We got letters from people and beautiful things. We want to thank Hashem for all the kindness that's going on. And we're going to sing. It's very important we sing a little bit. Bring some energy. You can lead the way. It's your choice. And I love the song. Go.
למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אתה ברנה, שלום בך, למען אחי למען אחי ורעי, אדברנה, שלום בך, ולמען בית השם אלוקינו, אבקשה טוב לך, ולמען בית השם אלוקינו, אבקשה טוב לך, ולמען בית השם אלוקינו, אבקשה טוב לך, ולמען בית השם אלוקינו, אבקשה טוב לך,
It's a big part of the revolution that we hope to create by doing these platforms and all the Yiddishkeit, everything, all the tefillahs, all the prayers. We really hope it will generate a unity revolution, a kindness revolution, and a truth revolution. All these positive things.
I gotta say something.
Please speak.
Monday, Yeshiva Flatbush came to Pizzeria Efrat to have the pizza making chesed experience.
Yes.
Yona Rostman, Chayal, Tzadik Yisod Olam, Gilad Fishburger, Chayal, another Tzadik. Big shout out. They came, they spoke. Wow. Yona said something that was so critical. We are in a part of history. 15 years from now, someone's going to ask you, what did you do from October 7th till now to change the world?
Excellent.
And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about chesed. Every day, do something. Call your grandparents. If you're here in yeshiva for the year, call your parents.
Call them spiritually.
Help an elderly person cross the street. When you're davening, have somebody in mind. Daven for refuah shleima. Unfortunately, there's no lack of people who need refuah. There's no lack of people who need parnasa. There's no lack of people who need zivugim. There's no lack of people who need Yeshuat Hashem. Do something. But do something to change the world, and don't be shy about it.
No.
Let people know.
Encourage.
We spoke this. We spoke about this. This is not the time to do things that's new.
Inspire. This is it. My whole thing, Midnight Rabbi Inspires, was in order to inspire, not just for me to be the Midnight Rabbi and go and Moser Nefesh helping kids on the street. It was to inspire others also.
Creating ambassadors.
Yes, we have to
making other people inspired.
Everyone can do chesed. And the most beautiful thing is that as much as we want to go beyond and change the world, but we're also very real, and we know, both of us, and we've been told this by our own Tzaddikim, Rabbanim, and our Madrikim, and most importantly our Ishes Chayos, that we are Shalom Bayis focused as well. That making a revolution outside doesn't mean you neglect your inside.
Most important thing, the greatest chesed you can do starts with your home.
Yeah, and you have to
that's the most important thing.
As you're reaching outwards, keep remembering inwards, and that's always a big challenge, because usually where it's at home is really where the biggest testing ground is for your midah and for your development, and then the wives, thank God, our soulmates, they know us better than anyone, and they know where our chesaron, our lacks are, and they're able to help us grow and face them, and we have to be willing to do that and humbly face that and grow from that, please God. And hopefully we'll just see bracha and blessings in all our lives. True Shalom Bayis.
Amen. So you know that we host all the time, right? Baruch Hashem, I have the zchut. Eshet Chayil loves to host. Amazing, Baruch Hashem. We decided this week we're not hosting.
Right.
This week it's going to be about the four of us. So Friday night, I saw the boys. I said to them, Mikey, Nate, we're going to play 4 board games. And there are 2 board games that they love that I don't like to play, but I said, whatever. You choose whichever one each one of you guys want. I'll choose one. Mama's going to choose one, and we're going to do that Friday night.
I saw how the key is not just to talk about urgent things with your children. You have to learn to talk about everyday things with your family. It has to also be times of just connection, and that's key. Shabbos, thank God, this Shabbat I just had with my son was like Gan Eden. It was literally, my wife was Moser Nefesh with all her energy to prepare everything perfectly as best she could, and we literally had the most unbelievable, and you were part of that, those 48 hours. And he went back elated. And what I want to share to help us with this revolution is the energy came out of Shabbat with all our family and love and the community of Shut David and Shalom and everybody giving a bracha and blessing and the feeling of a bit like they made him like into a melech,
he is a melech,
to a gibor.
He is a gibor. I'm making him out to. That's who he is.
That's the emes that you're sharing.
That's
the truth.
He is.
So he came out with that reality and that reminder, and he was on fire. But the best part was when we drove all the way down to Okavaza straight after. By 10 o'clock already had to be there, and we're flying down, and we made it there. Out the car, and all his other giburim, all the other chayalim from his unit were on fire like him. They were all inspired.
Amazing.
And the energy there.
Amazing.
And I was standing next to some higher up, his son's also in my son's unit, and he's completely bald-headed, look completely, as they call in inverted commas, cheloni, like no connection to religious as he externally looks. But inside, we were there together with our sons and the actors, the unity. They were hugging, and I got to meet his son, and apparently he makes blessings these days, his son, and there's all kinds of energy of actors and clarity and focus. The higher ups had to like sort of push them to go get the barbecue and the DJ and the whole matzah that was around there.
They're more focused than anybody else.
Yeah. And by 12 o'clock, you already phoned us midnight. I'm handing in my phone. That's it. No, 48 hours is over, and I'm back to service.
Dansky. Let's
go. There's no like chilling in the base or anything. Straight into action, and this is the focus they have in the revolution that they're creating by protecting our people. And more than that, it's not just defense. This is a clarification of who Am Yisrael are. We shouldn't just like go back into.
Back in the day, we were warriors.
Yeah, this is back into a nation of leaders and light unto the nation of truth, and this is where they're at. And that we need to bring that into our communities, into our online experience. We need to share this revolution. It's not enough anymore just to be passive. We have to participate. I said this before, but repeat it again. Everyone out there needs to comment and share and make their own posts, and it needs to go viral, this truth. And so we're no longer hearing. I was just listening to PBD, if anyone's heard of him. He's a non-Jewish famous podcaster, Patrick Ben David. Yeah,
Patrick Ben David.
Yeah, he's from Lebanon originally, and he's a Christian, I think.
Okay.
But he is totally on fire right now. How everybody needs to go and talk out against all the lies going on in America and around the world online. We need to actually protest. He says, speak to the people around you. speak to them. If it's 3, 4, 5, 10, 100, if you have a platform, influence your platform thousands to 100,000. If you're a million people influencer, influence them to get talking about the truth.
Critically important.
We can't keep allowing this lies to keep growing.
Like we've been learning. Like we've been learning it, but like it's so critically important that we do it out of humility. Because if we want it to sink into the other person's heart, it has to come from humility.
That's the key.
It's the only way that it's going to be able to connect to the other people through humility and Leman Shemo Be'ahava.
That's it.
It's
that was a song
only about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's it. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we, Eli? Why are we in Eretz Yisrael?
Yeah.
To bring the light, to help bring Mashiach.
The only reason you're going to America is to bring back that shepherd to Eretz Yisraal.
So that's right. So we can continue doing.
And also give a schus for everyone out there to have a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. They should financially have a portion in what's going on.
They should all move here. But outside of that, while you're there, do whatever chelik you possibly can.
Do your utmost. Not your little bit. Like utmost. Where you feel the pain of handing over that donation or that time, it has to be a point where we're going out of our comfort zone. We have to remind ourselves. I've got pictures of my son's unit's feet. Why? Because they're so broken from the months of being in the army shoes and being in the Can Yunis or wherever they're walking around these broken places with broken situations and breaking these terrorists with their own hands. Literally have to be breaking these people who are trying to kill us, and their feet are broken.
I spoke to Baruch Yitzhak. I said, do you shower? And he's like, no, we get water bottles and we get to whatever. He's like,
he's the one who does it the most.
When he got here, he said, I was literally in the shower for an hour. I had black schmutz coming off of me for an hour.
Yeah.
Again,
I've got pictures of him, his hands black, and he has to do mitzvahs and eat and drink and function. There's no sanitary towels. There's no like going to whatever, all the different things that people have. There's no wipes. There's no hand ointment, creams, nothing. It's all just about avoda, serving the Siras Nefesh. And just like we learned back in the day, Moshe Shapiro used to say, we learned from the Arabs, the Ishmaelim, about how to be Moshe Nefesh for Hashem. We have to be Moshe Nefesh for Kol Shekain. Am Yisrael needs to be Moshe Nefesh not by killing ourselves, but by giving ourselves and sharing our souls and our truth to the world. It's not a time anymore to sit back and just hope Mashiach comes. We have to be part of the process, the development, as we were saying.
Yes, we have to help develop the Pnimiyut HaTorah to be able to share our light through humility and then be able to connect with others so we can ultimately bring Mashiach Tzidkenu.
So when something resonates, don't just listen, actually be proactive. Share it.
We want, again, I can't say it enough. We need to hear from you. Share, comment, whatever. Subscribe if you haven't already done so.
Yeah, share it to your WhatsApp groups. You've all got groups. Don't be
Facebook.
Scared. We're not just saying anything controversial. We're just saying truth. That's it. Maybe a little bit, but truth. The controversial. If truth is controversial, then it needs to be shared. It doesn't. Then
yes,
we have to have the courage. We have to be proud. We have to be proud of our inheritance, proud of being Jews. We have to, right now we're in Tetzaveh, Moshe Rabbeinu, Macheni na b'sifrecha. Moshe Rabbeinu, Kasavta, he was willing to give up everything, give up his chelik and Torah, just to save his people, just to save our people, Am Yisrael. He was willing to be deleted from eternity, from Torah, just to save it. Macheni, it says, delete me from your Torah. So this week's parsha about Tetzaveh, we don't see his name. The Balaton brings us right at the beginning. You don't see his name.
Isn't that why he's not mentioned in the Haggadah either? He's not mentioned in the Haggadah.
Only one time in the Haggadah, V'minu Hashem and Moshe Avdoi. We're about Amunah. Then we see the Tzaddik appear. Right. But other than that, Chelik, the point is that Hashem is giving us the ability to learn from our Tzaddikim how to give of ourselves completely for the nation, for the destiny of our people. And of course, Moshe Rabbeinu is in the Torah. He's in the Tetzaveh. Because of that, Mr. Neves, it's Makayim the Klala, but it's in a good way. It's a Panemius. On the Panemius level, there's no Klala, there's no curse. Panemius, he's in the Parsha. There's 101 Pesukim. Gematria Micha. Micha is the Panemius of the word, spell out the words Moshe, the letters of Moshe, Mem, Shin, Hey. It's Micha, Gematria Micha, which is 101 Pesukim of Parsha Tetzaveh.
Beautiful.
That is the Panemius of the Parsha, is alive with Moshe. The Kohen Gadol, the light of how Am Yisrael can shine out, the Kodesh Lashem, and devoted to Lifnai Lifnim, Kodesh Kadoshim. This is who we are. We are the Holy of Holies. We have the opportunity to elevate and bring kapara and blessing to the world.
And one of the most beautiful things Baruch Yitzhak told me when I saw him on Thursday night is the fact that while not everyone agrees politically,
his unit,
within his own unit, there is not one of them that wouldn't die for the other one. Yeah. It doesn't matter. The achdut amongst the soldiers themselves,
and they live it.
And it needs to resonate with us as well. I think it starts with that. I think it starts with achdut, right? But the way to get to be, in order to have the unity,
unity bookings, unity marketing, unity
everything. Yeah. But in order to get to that, we need to come from a place of humility. It needs to be in a humble way. We need to understand the other person. So many people today, they listen in order to respond, not to hear. They listen to respond. I'm guilty of that as well.
I've held classes on Stephen Covey about how first listen to understand before seeking to be understood.
Beautiful.
Get out your narratives, get rid of them, learn to listen to the other person. Empty yourself of yourself.
And there isn't one person that we can't learn something from. There's not one person.
The truth from another human being, another soul. Get more soul, get into the soul language. We're learning all the time in Shir David now. Come more neshama, more soul. Understand, I have a book, United Souls, all about revealing more the level of the soul. I'm working on it monthly, daily. I'm trying to bring it out in my own life, in my relationships. It's very challenging because the world is so not the soul. It's so physicalized and externalized and superficialized.
Materialized, yeah.
Yeah, and we have to be deeper. We have to come from within. We have to go deep. We have to go into these. Right now, into we've been in the Heichel of the Beis Hamikdash, the Mishkan. We have to be those kind of people. That's why for the Zera Shimshon we're constantly focusing on the Mikdash and the Mishkan and the Kohen Gadol and these panemius things. You're learning the Torah is bringing you in to the truth of creation, how creation really is. When you're learning any of the Svarim, all of Shas, any of the beautiful books we learn together from. The
I just started memorizing. I was just told. I was just told that I need to start memorizing Mishnayot.
Mishnah.
And it's also it's the same 385 or 395.
3 letters, 4 letters of neshama.
And it's also the same gematria as
neshama.
It's neshama, right? Neshama, parnasa, and mishnah. So yeah. It's
soul food.
It's all about the neshama.
Keep learning, make a revolution, share the Torah.
Just keep doing chesed.
Yeah, but we have to have the fuel.
But don't just do the chesed and just keep it to yourself. Yeah. This is not. I know this can be controversial, whatever. This is not the time of the generation for it. Do the chesed and let people know what you're doing because you'll motivate them
talked out that
to do the same thing.
Public, private.
Yes.
But it's getting to an urgency.
Now we're at the point where it just needs to be public as it can be. So you can motivate others to doing it. It's crazy.
Even the most humble of people have forcing themselves to become more public. Even though they're snei-lechis, they're very sneers, they're going in that way, but they're forcing themselves against, once again, they're going out of their comfort zone to promote the kindness. All kinds of people, Rabbanim.
What are you gonna remember that you've done since after Shabbat Simchat Torah until this point that helped change the world?
My son doesn't like pictures, but he's allowed. When I came back, he said, take as many as you want. And the fact of the footage, they realized that they need to get this truth, or that they saw UNRWA, Machshamam, and Hamas, and how it's in every one of these people's houses. It's not just the international community is part of this terrible war, and they need to be held accountable as well. And my son has seen it with his own eyes. It's not based on media and all these AI nonsense. It's real truth of what needs to be clarified and revealed, that there's a war for the soul. It's a war, as we spoke last time, and we have to therefore make a revolution to undo that damage.
You spoke about Moshe Rabbeinu, and we're talking about Emet, so just to me, I think we end off with Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet. Hi, 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 la 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 la, hi, 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 la 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 la, hi, 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 la 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 la, hi, hi, la la la. Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet, Moshe Emet, V'Torah Emet. Guys, we want to see comments, we want to see likes, we want to see shares. Send us the chesed that you're doing. Share with us what you're doing. Yes, the tikkun for Simchat Torah, where this devastation happened.
Let's fix it.
Love you guys.
Keep sharing. All the love.